What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Dash Lifestyle. Kindly for watching me for the first time, remember to subscribe, like, share and also comment. To my returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back and watching my video. Thank you so much for the love and support, and greetings to my brothers and sisters all the way from Caribbean country. So guys, in today's video I want us to watch this video of this young brilliant boy facing discrimination in United States, and also he was being chased away by the white boy in United States. So he was being told to go back to your home country, black. So guys, watch this video, then I'll be back with more comments.
The boy said, go back to your home country, black. White people, some are nice, some are not nice. But today, I was just offended, to be honest. The boy said, go back to your home country, black.
Which boy is that?
I can't say. We're all equal, to be honest. So I don't know why he thinks he's better than everyone.
Wow.
And that black people are different.
Wow.
It's unfair.
Right.
Mom, you probably don't know this, but in the 1800s, black people were slaves. I know it's different now, but like white people are still treating us like we're ants.
Wow. Wow.
It's unfair, to be honest. Especially because that's my home country. I wasn't brought up that way. I was brought up to love everyone.
Right.
Okay, all I want is love, really. Although I don't even know what's in him. I don't know what he was thinking. Because in my school, guys, I mostly get the blame for anything, no matter if someone does something to me first. All I'm saying is, white people need to change. And my mom and dad didn't bring me up that way. Brought me up that way. We're supposed to love all of each other. Even if we're not siblings, even if we're not friends, you can't treat someone else because of their skin color.
Wow.
It's unfair. Okay, what if I treated you that way? Okay, all I can say is that black people get the worst treatment.
And I'm sorry again that, someone made you feel like it's alright.
From his voice, you can tell he is really hurt. He said it's not fair like 3 times. He is really pained by what his friend said to him. His only crime is that he was born with this skin tone. White folks, you need to change. You need to start treating Africans with love. The young boy even said he was not raised that way. He was raised to love everyone regardless of what color they have. Why should you, the white people, train your children to hate black people? What crime did the black people commit to you all out there? In the 1800s, black people were slaves, like the young man said, but are we still in the 1800s? Some people will come here and tell us to move on from slavery. How can we move on if you keep reminding us and our own children about everything they have been through? Is it so hard for the white people to love black people? Apart from this color, what crime have we committed? This is so heartbreaking for me. Watching this young boy go through this kind of a thing pains me, because there are so many of us out there that are going through the same thing, even when we have not done anything. Maybe it's because the blacks are too forgiving, that they think they can just get away with everything.
Listen, I've never been more aware of my blackness until coming to America.
People who don't live in America legitimately do not understand how much race plays a part in like every aspect of your life. I was in an Uber one time, and the Uber driver, who was a black man, asked me if I was mixed. And I said, yes, my dad's from Italy and my mom's American. And he looks at me in the rearview mirror and he goes, you know you black, right? And I was like, well, you asked if I was mixed. So I said, I'm Italian American. And he pauses for a couple of seconds and he looks in the mirror again and he goes, you black. Okay, like so what were you expecting when you asked me that question? Like, did you just want me to say like, yeah, I'm light skinned? I don't like what? And I was just reminded of the fact that when I moved to America, I had to stop thinking of myself as like métis, because in Senegal we call mixed people métis, and that's just as valid of a race as either being black or white. And his comment to me just felt kind of like, okay, you may think you're mixed, but just remember, in this country, you are a black woman who is oppressed, and the white men will see you as a black woman and you will be treated as a black woman. And I was like, I live my own experience. Like I'm very much aware of how I interact with people in America. Like it just felt like such a random, I don't know. But anyways, it makes sense why a lot of foreigners are like, why are Americans so obsessed with race? We are.
So, how is the racism in Germany? Let's get into it. I'm Nantle, I'm South African, but I've been living in Germany for over 15 years. And as a black woman and an African immigrant, one of the most frequently asked questions I receive on a daily basis is, how's the racism in Germany? And I've always avoided responding to this question publicly for several reasons. One of them being that although this sounds like a very simple question, I believe that it deserves a nuanced conversation. Another reason I found it difficult to answer this question on social media is because I never know what the person who's asking it really wants to know. Do you want to know whether there is racism and it is as bad as you imagine? Or there is racism but it's tolerable? Or there's just no racism at all? Because how do we measure racism? But as I've become more active on TikTok and my account has been growing and my content is generally centered around my life in Europe, particularly in Germany, I thought it would be fair that I try to answer this question as truthfully and as genuinely as I possibly can. So, are there racists in Germany? Yes, there are. Have I experienced racism in Germany? Yes, I have. Do I experience racism or discrimination daily or regularly in Germany? No, I don't. Do I, as a black person and as an African immigrant living in Germany, feel unsafe in Germany? No, I don't. I've lived here in Germany for almost 16 years, and in that entire time, I've experienced the violent, life-threatening type of racism only once. I used to work in a theater, and on some days the show would end at around 11 p.m. So this one evening, I was on my way home. It's around 11:30 p.m., and I'm in the city about to catch my bus home. And out of nowhere, this drunk man starts hurling racial insults at me. I was shook. I was scared because there was no one else around. So even if I did scream for help, nobody would have been able to help me. Thankfully, I was unharmed. He did not physically attack me, and I made it home safe. So that was the one time that I experienced what I would call life-threatening racism in Germany. What I sometimes do experience or observe are microaggressions. A lot of German drugstores and beauty stores do not stock foundation for women of color. One of my very first viral TikToks is of me trying to buy foundation in one of the biggest German beauty stores. At the time, Lupita Nyong'o was the brand ambassador for Lancome. I'm not sure if she still is. I walk into the store and I ask the sales assistant if they have a Lancome foundation for my skin tone. And she explicitly says to me, they only have foundation for Europeans. She uttered this so nonchalantly that I doubt that she even realized what she was implying, which was that only white people are Europeans. This is despite there being Europeans of all ethnicities and all skin tones. There are so many black people who were born in Europe and who have been in Europe for multiple generations. Now, besides that, I've never been declined entrance to a venue, for example, a club, as I have been in South Africa. I have never been declined dining in a restaurant and told that the restaurant is fully booked even though there were empty tables, something I've also experienced in South Africa. I have been stopped by the police for speeding, but I've never been harassed by the police in Germany. I've also never been followed around in a shop or treated in a suspicious manner. Now, this is not to say that these things do not happen in Germany. There have been numerous reports of police brutality towards Black people and other people of color. There have been people who have been declined entrance to clubs. There have been people who've said that they were treated with suspicion, whether it was at the airport or it was at a shop. This is why I've always been skeptical of answering this question about racism in Germany, because there is a danger of sounding like I am invalidating other people's experiences or just being delusional. It sounds weird even just saying that the only racism I often experience or witness are microaggressions, because microaggressions are still racism. And what is the right amount of racism? Like, how do you measure racism? What is too much racism? What is just enough racism? But because the question of racism has been asked so many times, my assumption as someone who has never been to Germany is that you want to know if, as a Black person, you would be safe or you are most likely to be harmed in Germany. I cannot guarantee that if you come to Germany, you will definitely experience racism, and I cannot say that you will not experience racism. Just last week, it was reported that the German far-right party is planning a mass deportation of non-ethnic Germans, so non-white Germans, if they ever came into power. This is a minority party. They are similar to like Action SA or the VF in South Africa. And although this party does not currently have any significant power in Germany, Germans took this threat very seriously. And since the report was publicized, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Germans across the country have been protesting against racism, against neo-Nazism, and they have been calling for a total ban of this party. This video was taken yesterday afternoon in the city of Hamburg, that's where I live, where over 100,000 people as far as the eye can see, shut down the entire city center on a Friday afternoon because they do not want racism in Germany. And as I've already said, these protests have been taking place all over the country since last week because many Germans, millions of Germans, are anti-racism. This far right-wing party is proof that they are racists, there is racism, and there is neo-Nazism in Germany. But the fact that for the last week there have been millions of Germans who have been protesting and calling for a total ban of this party is also proof that there are Germans who are against racists, they are against racism, and they are against Nazism. There are Black people who have visited Germany or lived in Germany who will tell you that they experience a lot of racism in Germany. Believe them. There are Black people who have visited Germany, who have lived in Germany, who will tell you that they have not experienced a lot of racism in Germany. Believe them. Because all we can ever do is to share our truths based on our lived experiences. And that's why if you've watched any of my other videos, I always repeatedly say that there is no perfect country. There is only a country that is perfect for you, because just like we don't experience people the same way, we also do not experience countries the same way. It's like I've lived in America, and during my time of studying there, I didn't experience racism, I didn't experience police brutality. But we read about these things all the time in the news, and just because I did not experience it does not mean that it's not a reality. Or with crime in South Africa. Yes, there is crime in South Africa, but I was in South Africa a couple of weeks ago and I did not experience any crime, but that does not mean that there is no crime in South Africa. So I hope this video gives some sort of nuanced perspective to the question of racism in Germany.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video from this young boy coming out and explaining how he's facing racism in United States, and also you have watched that video from our Black American sister also saying how he's facing racism in United States. This is to tell you that Black people in United States they are still facing racism, they are still being discriminated. And also, not only the adult people, also the young children, the young boys, they are also facing this racism in United States. And you have seen this video of this young boy. He has come out and said the only mistake that he has is the black color, is being discriminated because of the black color, is being discriminated because of him being black. And you can see how he was told by the white boy that you go to your home country black. You can see, this is to tell you guys that these white people, they are still teaching their children how they enslaved black people. They are still teaching their children how they conquered black people. They are still teaching their people, their children, that the black color, that the black race, that the black people, it is not a race to embrace. It is not a race to appreciate. It is the race of discrimination. It is the race that are the race of racist. This is what these white people, they are teaching their children about the black people, about the black color. And that's why you have seen this young boy is still facing this racism by the fellow young white boy. This is to tell you that the white people, they are still teaching their children about the black race. And this boy has come out and say, I know you white people, you enslaved us 1800 years ago. We were slaved 1800 years ago. But right now, this should stop. We are not slave anymore. We don't want to be discriminated. We don't want to face this kind of racist in United States. Right now, the slave, it has changed. Right now, you need to appreciate us. You need to see us as human beings. How comes you are still using this? Why are you still being racist to a black people? This is to tell you that no matter what, these white people, they will never appreciate black people. These people, these white people, they will never support black people. These people, they will never teach their children the good things about the black people. And also, this is to encourage you, my fellow black people. Wherever you are facing this kind of discrimination, you need to come out and expose. Wherever you are facing this kind of racist, you need to come out and expose. Tell us where you are facing this kind of racist. We need to expose these people who are doing this racist to black people. We need to expose these white Karens who are still being racist towards the black people, because we are tired of intimidation. We are tired of being oppressed. We are tired also seeing our children going this kind of racism. You can imagine this young boy is probably at the age of 10 or 8 years. Is going through this racist in United States. What will happen when this boy is growing up knowing that the black people, the black color, it is not a good color. The black color, it is the color of discrimination. It is the color of racism. And you can see this boy, what will happen when this boy grows up with this thing in her mind. This is to tell you that these white people, they don't want to see black people prospering. They want to spoil our children's mind by telling our children that United States, it is not your home. United States, it is the white people home. You need to go back to your home country. We all know what happened during slavery. The black people, they are the ones who built United States. The black people, they were the people who put their effort and hard work so that you can see United States, it is what it is today. It is because of the black people working so hard. And yet you are telling this boy, black boy to go back to your home country. This should stop. This boy, I think you should come out and say the name of this young boy who told you, the name of this white young boy who told you this. We need to expose him with the entire family, with this entire family, so that we can know this boy is coming from a racist family. We want to expose them. And it is now the right time for black people to unite, to come together and to support each other. We cannot sit down and seeing black people going through this discrimination, going through this kind of racism in the United States. We are tired. And that's why I keep on telling you that revolution, it has started. The black people, they are coming together. The black people, no matter you are in Caribbean, no matter you are in Black American, the black people from Africa, we are all uniting so that these people can respect us, so that these people can know that black race, it is the race need to be respected. It is not the race of discrimination. It is not the race of a racist. They need to change that. And that's why you can see some of the African country revolution, it has started. They are kicking out the white people. They are kicking out the colonizers. They are changing the system. And also, we as African people, we as black people, we should teach our children about our black history. We should not teach our children about the white history. You can see them, they are teaching their children about how they conquered Africa, about the black race. It is the race of not being accepted in life. It is the race of struggle. It is the race that associate with the bad thing. This is quite the kind of things they're teaching their children. And for us people, and for us black people, we usually teach our children about the white race. We should stop that. We should teach also our children about our own black race, about our own races. So this should change. And also, guys, not only the black people, the immigrant people that are facing this discrimination, also the black Americans, majority of them, they are going through this kind of discrimination up to date. They are being oppressed. And for me, I keep on supporting my black Americans, because if we are not the black Americans to fight so hard, we will be not having the black people from Caribbean coming to United States, the African people coming to United States. These black people, in the black Americans, they really fought. Up to date, they are still fighting. And up to date, they are still struggling. Up to date, they are still being oppressed. They are still being given less opportunity in United States. And for us black people, we should also support our black American people, because they have really fight for us. So guys, I don't want to talk too much. Kindly subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share, and also comment. See you on my next one. Bye bye.